my head for no reason at all.
Don't you hate that when something just pops in your head and you just can't get that out?
I do. Sometimes your things are... I'm going to kill your mic until... Because your rapper is very loud in my ear. There we go. There we go. Good deal. Sometimes these things just pop in your head for no reason. And I was walking down the hall from the bathroom at work, and I was just like, now the world don't move. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It was definitely unbidden. And then,
At least you had a good theme in your head.
Is it a good theme?
Yeah.
Okay.
The classic. It's a real TV theme.
It
like
is
a minute and a half.
Well, yeah. Sung by Alan Thicke.
He did a lot of those back then.
He really did. He did. Every other theme was fucking Alan Thicke.
Another one I think he did off the top of my head was Three's Company.
Did he?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, oddly enough, he didn't do his own.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
He didn't do the theme for Growing Pains at all.
No. I think they have a professional singer or something do that.
I think they did, yeah. Which is, I mean, that's fine, I guess. I mean...
That was years ago, out of our control. What do we care?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing.
I guess it's alright.
I got nothing. You know, just like Sean was telling, because I was singing the song as we were setting up. And, he was...
And then I joined in.
Yeah, and then we had a duet. And then, he was telling me, he'd gone on Facebook, and randomly they had a Different Strokes clip up, and sadly, it was the Bike Shop episode.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Of all the show up.
Yeah.
All the dark ones.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty bad. Hang on. Sorry. I've been coughing all day. I've not coughed at all till I got home. And I'm like, what the fudge? So, yeah, that one's pretty heavy duty. That's a rough one. And I feel bad because that was Gordon Jump they had who played that. And he played like the lovable Mr. Carlson on WKRP. And then he was like the Maytag man.
Then he wasn't so lovable.
Then he wasn't lovable at all.
Then you wanted to arrest him?
He did get arrested, didn't he? At the end of the episode.
I want to say yes.
Because Dudley got away. Well, Arnold left first. Yeah. He bounced. He just left his friend there.
My turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. I might as well cough while you were coughing. Just clear the air.
No, it just came out of nowhere.
It's alright. Yeah,
so
he just...
bounce and leave your best friend with the...
With the guy, yeah. The
dealer.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no. You know, and we were talking to Sean's like, well, he didn't touch him. And I'm like, yeah, but it was still really creepy.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and then they had, wasn't there one, I don't even want to, never mind. I'm not even, because I'm sitting there thinking, didn't like they play horsey at one point?
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh, God.
He was trying to get them to look at magazines, and then he gave them a big bowl of ice cream. And
give them an ice cream headache so they could lie down.
Have them take their shirts off and take pictures of them.
Jesus Christ.
The Polaroid.
Yeah, I remember that. Excuse me.
That's a dumb move. There's your evidence.
I guess, yeah, but... Oh, my goodness. I had read somewhere that he, Gordon Jump, that he wanted to do that just to,
play a different role?
No, it's not just play a different role, but because it was such a serious thing, he wanted to, like, hey! Yeah, like that kind of thing, like, hey!
It was one of those PSA episodes.
It was. Sometimes they had those, yeah. Be like, hey! Like after He-Man, he'd be like, listen, kids.
Don't go near anyone that's dressed like Prince Adam.
Don't go near anyone who looks like Beastman. I think that should be your thing. Kevin Smith was hinting hardcore this week about the release of the rebooted E-Man. Yeah, and I was like, when are you gonna drop a date, son? Cause I'm still waiting. Hesitating. Yeah. I mean, he has. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be this summer, but that's just my guess because he won't say. Oh,
summer's a good time.
It is a good time.
When they try to throw all the big ones out.
It is a good time. I mean, I would say that summer is an interesting choice because, like, usually people are, you know, traveling or doing whatever, and it's like, well, there's still people such as myself who are not willing to be like, yeah, let me get on a plane and leaving on a jet plane. I might get COVID. So, yeah. But I mentioned Netflix, and that triggered something in my mind, because if anybody has seen the movie Knives Out. Have you seen that movie, Knives Out? No, okay. It has,
I heard sharp.
Who's in it? Well, Chris Evans is in it, and who's the Bond guy? The guy who plays Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is in it. Now, a quick aside on this film, right? Knives Out. Daniel Craig's accent is the most bizarre accent I've ever heard. I don't want to say I've ever heard, but it's definitely bizarre. It's like he's trying to do Foghorn Leghorn. I just kept expecting him to go, well, son, I say, you dumb. Like, bright boy, about as sharp as a bowling ball. Like, I kept waiting for him to do these little Foghorn Leghorn-isms. I'm like, Jesus. Because he sounded like Foghorn Leghorn. So, but it takes place in Massachusetts. And it's, I mean, I kind of like those, it's kind of like, a lot of people compared it to Clue, which pissed me off, because that's a classic film. And
I'm still waiting to hear more about the reboot.
Yeah, keep waiting. When you hear, right?
Ryan? Mr. Reynolds?
I almost said Seacrest. Seacrest?
Out!
Yeah.
Good. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is supposed to be in charge of that. I have no idea.
I only see him as Mr. Green. That's it. I can't see him as anything else.
I don't know what he intentioned himself to play, but I feel like if he's writing it, he's going to give himself, like, the best role.
Oh, cool.
You know, he's not going to give himself, like, a little itty bitty, like, I'll be the singing messenger at the door. You done?
Dead.
Yeah, I am dead. That's your song. So, yeah, a lot of people compared it to, like, Clue, and it really wasn't. And the only comparison, I suppose, would be that it's kind of a murder mystery, and there are some funny pieces to it. I didn't think it was nearly as funny as I had hoped it would have been. I mean, the funniest thing was Daniel Craig's accent. Like, I kept laughing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is going on with his voice? But supposedly, yeah, they were going to do more of them. But it's going to be, like, based on Daniel Craig's character. So, oh goody, you get to hear that accent more.
Yay.
Right? But Netflix has bought the rights. And they have already said, we're going to do 2, like, movies. So now Netflix is doing the films. I mean, I'm fine with it, because that means I have a Netflix subscription, so that means I don't have to, like, if I want to watch it, I don't have to pay for it or something.
I do too, but my subscription's a little different.
Oh, you have the disc.
Yeah,
the
I
door
signed up for the DVDs.
Disc to the door.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
D2D.
D to D. Nice. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. It could be good. I keep hoping. It's like, that'll be alright.
I've been in my apartment for a year and a half. I still haven't gotten internet or Wi-Fi yet.
Not only that, but if you're keeping score, as of now, he has not yet done the storage unit.
No, I just paid for it again today.
Oh! You re-up.
I had to.
Yeah.
Well, I was also a day late, but there's no charges yet, thank goodness.
Oh, well. Day late, dollar short. That's my life.
I was always afraid that even like one day later, they just like cut my lock on me and throw everything out on me.
I think they have to send you a notice.
I would hope so.
I think so. I tell you, when I went down, all the way down to St. Augustine for Jay's silly storage unit.
I still wish I was able to do that. Go with you.
That was a trip, man. Oh, man, we would have had a blast.
Yeah.
But it was like, I didn't have a lot of money, so it would have been
my second time on the water.
Cheap fun, but yeah, and you would have laughed at me dealing with that storage unit guy. Because I walk in the office.
We would have been laughing a lot anyway.
I got in the office, right, and he goes, oh, well, first, I get to the storage unit, I open everything up, and I had my dad with me, right? So my dad looks and he goes, holy shit, right? Because Jay didn't throw anything away. He just, when he was moving, whatever didn't fit in his car went into the storage unit. So I'm like, okay. So I started to get stuff in a pile to throw away. And then I went to, there was a dumpster on site. So I go to the dumpster, and I throw stuff, a couple things in the dumpster. This guy comes out of the office, comes out of nowhere. And he goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm throwing stuff away. And he goes, well, you can't use that. Why? And he's like, well, because it's not mine.
I stole it from the next company over.
I said, hold up. You have a dumpster on your property that's not yours. And he goes, yeah, somebody rents it. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
But I was like, okay. So I looked at him and I said, well, do you want me to go in and get what because I'm not really doing that. And he's like, it's okay, just don't throw any more stuff in there. And then he looks at me and he goes, what unit are you? Right? So I was like, okay. So I go into his office with him because he's now questioning me. So I said, this is the unit that I'm here for. Now, apparently, Jay, this happens to a lot of people when their credit card expires and then the bank sends them a new one. They don't update information everywhere. So they had his old credit card information that had expired like 3 months ago. And...
Wait, 3 months before you got there?
Yeah. Well, 3 months including that month. So 2 months prior to me getting there. And he goes, yeah, this hasn't been paid up. I can't let you touch this unit. So I was like, okay. But I drove from Massachusetts. So, you got something, I'm not leaving. So he goes, well, I need a new card, and blah, blah, blah. So I said, hang on. So I called Jay.
Why did Dad didn't step in?
My dad was still at the unit.
Oh.
My dad wanted to get this done and us get out of there. He was like, we need to do this and go. And he was under the impression that we were going to be 3 days doing this storage unit because it was that much shit, right? So I was like, and Jay had given me a list of what he wanted, and then we were just going to throw the, oh man, overboard!
I'll shake it up
now. My tea fell. And then we were just going to,
Got mine.
Okay, aren't you fancy? Aren't you fancy pants? Okay, you know what? There it is. So, and then we were just going to throw the rest of the stuff away. So it really, but,
Was.
well, I mean, now I'm...
No, they can't use this. What am I going to do now?
Yeah, well, yeah, now I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to... Look at that foam. Said nothing.
Bonfire.
Now it's got a head. Like a beer. So I said, now I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And
Fire.
I mean, fire is a cleanser, but I don't know, man. So,
Everyone dragging that with animal muzz.
oh yeah, with the fire, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So Jay fixed it. He got the information updated. Everything's cool. And now I look at the guy and I go, okay, so he doesn't want everything in unit. And the guy's like, yeah. And he is like, this guy, by the way, I remember, he was like lobster red. Like, and it wasn't because he was upset with me. It was just because he had...
Red like the hoodie there behind you?
Yeah, I mean, he was just red. Like, you need...
Yeah, that's why it's coming off like a dick.
So you need to stay out of the sun. You got some problems. It's affecting your brain. So I said, okay, I don't need all this stuff. And he doesn't want all this stuff. I said, so how about you tell me what I can do with it? Because I can't use your dumpster. So he goes, oh, there's a landfill. You can just take it to the landfill. I'm like, okay. I said, are they going to charge me? Because, you know, I'm balling on a budget here. So he goes, they shouldn't. Right?
How confident.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
They might, but, you know, don't quote me on that.
He tells me where it is. And then he writes me a little map. I give him credit. He did write me a little map. So I go back to my dad and I tell him everything. And my dad's like, oh, Jesus Christ. One thing after another with this. And I'm like, calm down. I said, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to load everything up. And then we had to separate the stuff between what Jay wanted and then what was garbage, and then everything else was being thrown away. So I'm like, just make me some piles. So I got everything to the landfill in one heaping thing, right? So I'm like, great. This is great. So I'm like, this is going to be like one trip. So I get everything ready to go. I drive. First of all, it was much further away than he said it was. But that's fine. So I get to the...
Before you know it, you saw the sign that says entering Austin, Texas.
and entering Georgia. I'm not allowed there. So I get to the landfill. I ask the guy where to go. He points at where I can go, but is looking at me weird. Right? I'm used to that.
Telling you where to go.
He's pointing for me where to go. He's looking at me kind of weird. I'm used to that. I mean, I'm from Mass. I have that accent. He could tell I wasn't from there. So I pull up, start dumping stuff out. It's basically like you're higher up than the dumpster. So you're literally just like, bloop,
Nice.
plopping stuff into like a black hole. Bloop, bloop.
That sounds better.
Yeah. So I'm not like having to chug it up. I'm just bloop, plopping it in. So somebody comes over to me and goes, excuse me, what are you doing?
Oh, shit.
So I said, well, I'm throwing some stuff away. And he looks at me and I
That's
said,
not mine.
yeah. And he looks at me and he goes, do you have a permit to be here? And I went, no. I mean, I didn't have a permit. What was I going to say?
How are you supposed to know?
Excuse me, I can't like lie to the guy. I absolutely do with these Massachusetts plates. So I said, no. And he goes, yeah, you need a permit. And he goes, who told you to come here? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I show him, actually.
Actually?
Because the guy from the storage unit had written the directions on the back of one of their little leaflets. So I take out the leaflet with the storage unit name and stuff, and I said, this guy told me to come here. And he goes, did he? And I said, yeah. He said I could dump this stuff here, no problem. And he goes, I am so tired of him doing that. I said, has he done this before? Yes, he has. And I'm tired of it. I said, well, I mean, I guess that's something you have to take it up with him. And he goes, And he said, well, I'll tell you what. Excuse me. He goes, I will let you.
I'm going to do for you.
Yeah, he goes, I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you finish this. He's like, but that's it.
There's Southern hospitality right there.
I guess. He's like, that's it. And I said, okay. And in my head, I'm thinking, shit. I don't know how many more trips I really have.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So I finish. And then I go back to my dad, who was just chilling, sitting on something. And he's like, yep. He goes, that took a while. Then I told him the whole story, and he's like, oh, my God. Yeah. So he goes, well, you still have the bed. We still have to get rid of the bed. And I said, no, we don't. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, I can't bring it to the landfill. That guy is never going to let me dump a bed. He was already like, this is it. Excuse me. And I said, I can't dump it in the dumpster here because that's off limits. It's not even his.
How's a fire idea sounding, right?
So I looked at my dad and I was like, let's just load up what Jay wanted. And he goes, okay. And I mean, I had a Santa Fe at the time, and I mean, it was pretty full of his crap. And like, I had like an overnight bag. Like, I didn't plan on spending 8 days on the road, you know? Sorry. So,
This is so good I need a smoke.
I know. So, my dad and I kind of look at each other and go, let's just leave it. And he goes, yeah. He said, well, you know what? We'll shut the unit and lock it up. No, thank you. He said, and then it's their problem. He goes, they'll have to get rid of it before they go to rent it again. He's like, they'll get rid of it. I said, yeah, let's get out of here. Like we committed a felony. Get in.
Like you're getting chased by the cops.
Excuse me, I was like, get in. We're going. We got in. We definitely didn't make it home that day because it was like later in the afternoon. We started driving home, and then my dad was like, you need to stop. Oh, man. He's tough. Tough to ride with. I like to just keep going.
Did you hear any more from them about the unit?
Oh, no. I told Jay, too.
And you didn't update the card for them, right?
Jay did, yeah. Well, he either updated the card or he paid the months so we could get in there.
Oh.
I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't on that end of the phone call. All I know is Landfill Charlie made me go and,
He's up there.
oh. I was like, man, this is not going according to plan.
No.
But things very rarely do. Oh, that was a long week.
So I'm trying to remember, you were down there for a whole week?
Oh, no. No.
Weekend.
Excuse me, sorry. I know, I'm sorry.
So sorry.
I'm so sorry. Let me see. We left on a Sunday night. He made me stop. Sometime in the wee hours Monday morning. I had to stop. I think we made it to like Virginia. And I didn't want to. Because I said, Dad, if we stop now, because it was like 3 a.m., right? And he goes,
Like, no traffic.
well, I mean, there really wasn't. We hit some traffic around D.C., but it wasn't too bad. So he goes, we need to stop. I need to get out of this car. I said, I understand. And he's like, we need to get a room. I'm like, oh, man. Like, my thinking was just like, if I pull into a hotel room at 3 a.m., checkout time is like 10. Mm-hmm. So I'm paying a full night for 4 hours. Like, that's not economical.
Make a deal and go half.
I know. So I was like, all right. But he was adamant. He's like, we are stopping. So I had a room. So that was Monday. Monday morning we left and we got to St. Augustine, and then I had to get another room. Well, because by the time we got there, the storage unit had closed. So I had to get another room. So now that's Monday night. Mm-hmm.
One thing after another on this trip.
Tuesday.
Had to get another room.
Tuesday morning, we get to the unit, clean it out, deal with all that fiasco, hit the road, then he makes me stop in Baltimore. So I probably didn't make it home until like Wednesday.
Couple days.
Yeah, a few days. Like 3 or 4. Not, it wasn't that bad. He was too funny. Excuse me. He was like in the beginning he had his own sandwiches. He's like, I made sandwiches.
That's my contribution.
No. Here's
food.
Here's mine. Sandwiches. I was like, oh,
What is it
okay.
about storage units that don't want to share their dumpsters?
I have no idea. The Jay's storage unit in Rhode Island, there was no dumpster on the premises at all. And that would have been handy.
Mine has a small/medium dumpster.
Yeah.
They got it fenced and chained.
They don't want you to use it?
Nope.
Oh. What is it with that stuff? What do they think? You're putting bodies in there or something? I mean, Jesus.
They probably don't want to pay these other companies to come out and empty them.
Oh, that has a point.
Either that or they have to charge us more.
That's a point. But, I mean, these are like things that you should have on your facility.
Go,
Yeah. How bizarre. These. But I mean, like, these are things that they should have on their property, though.
Yeah.
I mean, these
it's
are
a storage
just.
unit. You know, a lot of people are going to be throwing shit out all the time.
Yeah, especially like if somebody passes away.
Right.
Yeah. I had to take all his stuff from the Rhode Island storage unit.
These are addictive.
Are they really? 8 packs a day.
Mm.
Excuse me. And I had to load everything up and bring it here. And now I have to go through it again.
Down there?
Yeah. Yeah, in my basement. Oh, I got my niece to. I think I said this last week. I got my niece to agree to clean it up with me. I was like, whoo, this is going to be fun. I'm going to get a dumpster. I'm going to get my own damn dumpster. Screw the storage unit. Yeah. It's April and everything.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
I know.
Already April.
I know. I made it through April without falling from April 1st without falling for anything. Almost. They almost got me.
Everybody that I've been around, no one really even thought about April Fool's Day.
Well, I got I follow, because I'm still trying, I don't know why, to obtain a PS5.
Mm-hmm.
So I follow some, like, accounts that are like, hey, so-and-so's got a thing dropping.
Drop it like it's hot.
New shipment at Best Buy, that kind of thing. So somebody was like, oh,
The truck's here!
Yeah, this company's got a shitload of PS5s. And then I was like, ooh. And I went, oh, it's April 1st. I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you at all. It's April 1st.
Good thing.
Take your jokes and hit the road, son. I will tell you this, right? Hope he ain't out there. Seriously, well, this has to do with him. He's not gonna like it. So, oh, I think he is out there. Now I'm in trouble. Okay, so I will say this. There was a show that Jay and I were watching, right? And we completed the show, and then they did anniversary specials for the show. So I went and I bought those DVDs, right? So last night, I put on the DVD. Now we had completed the show, I'd say, like January, maybe December, January. And British show, by the way.
I'm about to ask you. How many British shows? Like one season's about 5 episodes?
They did like 3 seasons, but yeah, it's like 4.
3 seasons of 4?
There's like 6 episodes per season, so 18 episodes. I mean, you get through it in a weekend.
Something I've been so wait a minute, it's been a couple months now, so yeah, new season.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that long ago we finished it, and then they had done like an anniversary DVD where they kind of revisited the show and stuff like that. So I got the anniversary DVD and we were watching it, and although I have a horrible memory.
So
we talk about this all the time. But the thing is that when it comes to like media, like movies or like I can hear you crunching in my headphones. All of a sudden, it's an ASMR. Listen to Sean chew.
Does that sound like Jim?
Yeah.
That's worse.
And I can't turn your mic down because then nobody will ever hear you. So, okay. Did you just shut your mic off? Oh, now he's nodding at me. Nope. Like you nod at the drive-thru? You want pickles? No. Side to side. Okay. So we finished the show months ago. When it comes to media, I remember stuff, right? Especially if I only watched it like 4 or 5 months ago. Like I remember it. Mm-hmm. Right? There are movies I can recite forward and backward. That's not a brag. It's a sad life I have. I'm just telling you right now.
We can do that with Clue.
I do that with Clue. There's a few movies I can do that with. So I can hear him out there. So I put the DVD on, right? And there are 3 episodes. Each episode a half an hour. So for every episode, I had to sit there, and it was, who's that? What's that? What's he doing? I don't remember him. Who's that? I'm like, Jesus. So how do you not know? We just watched this. Because I don't remember. So how do you not remember? We just watched them. I was like, granted, it's been about 5 or 6 years between the things. So the characters do look a little bit older. As they should.
Yeah, I was going to say.
As time has passed. But it was still like, I don't know who that is. Who's that? I'm like, ugh. So I would have to pause every few and explain who the character is and what their backstory was.
Barbarino and Welcome Back. Weird.
So I was like, my God, you have like entertainment amnesia.
Like, he can remember dates.
But he can't remember dates, but he can't remember the characters, the name, or what their purpose was. Drives me crazy. So, I will tell you this. My morning, you had a rough Monday a few weeks ago.
Yep.
That involved kitty poop. And the like. My morning was a gross morning as well.
Which one?
This morning.
Oh.
So I got up this morning, and and here comes the star of my story. As if on cue, she says to herself, I will come by and alert the public. So, I got up this morning, right? And it's a Friday, so I have to be in the office on Fridays. I don't know why I have to be in the office on Fridays.
It was bad enough on Mondays.
Yeah. So, look, I can crunch now too. My cough dropped. So, I just didn't want to get moving. It was like, I don't want to move. I'm tired. I mean, I slept okay, but not as much as I would like. So, it took a while for me to get moving. By the time I was leaving, it was like, I've got to go. So I have to let the dog out before I go.
Who let the dogs out?
Not me. So I'm like, come on. I don't want to say it too loud because she's floating around. It's like, come on, Daisy. We gotta go potty. Come on, let's go. So she reluctantly gets off the sofa and goes to the thing.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah. So she
I
goes.
was comfy, you know.
I was comfy too. In my bed. So I let her out, right? So she goes around the corner so I can't see her.
Good.
She likes privacy. So she's comes.
A lady.
She is a lady. Damn it. You don't flash it in public.
No.
So, anyways, she goes around the corner. She comes back. And she gets to the doorway, and then she goes, yeah, no. And she turns around and starts wandering around. I'm like, what are you doing? We gotta go. You gotta come back in. She goes around the corner. So I follow her. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's literally just like looking around. Like, listen, this is not your explore day. This isn't your day. Right? Usually, if I'm working from home, sometimes I have the back door open so she can run around. She likes to sunbathe. Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, sun. This was not her day. So I'm like, you gotta come back in. She was, I mean, if dogs have, she had an attitude. She was side-eyeing me. She was like, no, sorry, bitch.
They know when you're in a hurry. That's when they take their time.
She always fucking knows when I'm in a hurry. Mm-hmm. And she pulls this, oh, hey, maybe I'll come in, maybe I will. Get your ass in here now! Like, I have to go! It's like, Daisy, come on! So she finally comes in, and she's like, ugh. So I shut the door, I locked the door, and then I turned to go, and I looked down. Something made me look down, and I realized that she had thrown up all over the floor. And I went, mother.
Couldn't do that outside.
Precisely. And you know what I had to do? I had to look at it and go, sorry. Well, yeah. Okay. I don't have a strong constitution for that kind of stuff. So the dog vomit, that's a J job. That's a J job.
That's one of those times with a mask that we have to wear all the damn time. Come in handy.
Wow, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, no.
Damn COVID.
So I just looked at it and I went, well, I'm sorry. And I left. And I hate doing that. And I was on my way to work and I was like, Daisy was playing her games. And he's like, yeah, sorry. She did that to me. And I was like, I'm running late. I was 10 minutes late for work today. Because we decided to have a fucking fuck around day outside. I'm like, what? She made me late. And I did I stay late? No. So, did I stay late to make up the time? Absolutely not. So, I said, well, I have bad news. And he goes, well, what is that? And I said, she threw up on the floor. I didn't have time to pick it up. He went, oh, good. I said, I'm sorry. But, and he goes, it's okay. He was supposed to have today off. But then there was an emergency, he had to go in. And so but he only worked like until, I don't know, 12 or 1. So he got home.
Oh, like me.
Yeah. So, but it was so funny. His boss texted me. And I see his boss's name and I went, oh no. Because he doesn't text me. And I thought, there has to be an emergency at work or something for Jason to be texting me. So I look at the thing and I'm like, and I click on the text. And he goes, Jay's on top of the train. And he sent me a picture of Jay coming down off of the top of a train.
Was he reliving Back to the Future 3?
I said Teen Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Teen Wolf when he was surfing on the van? But yeah, he loves Back to the Future 3 is his favorite, so he would love that.
But we both were thinking Michael J. Fox.
We were. Those were both Michael J. Fox movies.
Some of his best.
Yes. So I was like, oh my god. And I said, because Jay's afraid of heights.
Me too.
So, and you know what was funny is he was using like a staircase ladder to get up there. And I looked at it because I have no problem with heights.
Lucky.
And I looked at that and there's a little staircase ladder and I was like, ooh, I could go up there. Because I'm afraid of ladders. But a staircase ladder, where like you have a rail and it looks like a little stairs, I could do that.
It's not much of a ladder, really. It's just stairs.
Yeah, it's a staircase.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, ooh. So then I said, oh, he's probably freaking out. And he goes, he was a little bit, but he did great, and he fixed the problem, blah, blah. And I was like, yay! I said, good for him. Because he really hates heights. So I was like, that probably didn't go over well. I'm glad I wasn't there when that was suggested he go up there. I was like,
Can you rent a prop gun and go put it up to the train conductor? Reach! Is this a hold up? It's a science experiment.
yeah. Ooh, I got it. Yeah, oh yeah. But I remember for his 30th birthday? Might have been his 30th. I took him to Atlantic City. Because we had never been, and he was like, yeah, I'll go. Atlantic City, I mean, New Jersey smells.
Didn't George Carlin always say that?
I say that. You know why he said it? Because it's fucking true. New Jersey smells. It has a weird smell. It's like industrial burning tire trash smell. It's a very weird smell. I'm sure the people in New Jersey are too used to it. So they're like, well, it doesn't smell. It smells fine to me.
What about the other thing he used to say about New Jersey?
What's that? Tobles?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays you can just drive through and then it's more of an express, but...
Sounds better.
Yeah. But I mean, it smells. So, I mean, Atlantic City kind of smells. Even though you're near the water. So, I mean, we had got this, like, it was a pretty nice hotel. So we decided to explore the hotel a little bit. And I went up to the top floor. There's a top floor. They had a pool on the roof, a bar, a seating area. And over on the ledge, they had these glass panels, so you couldn't, like, fall off the roof. So I walk over to the glass panel, and it was like dusk.
Can you see down, though?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't make it that far.
So, well, here's the
I'd
thing.
probably be, like, in the center of the pool, or I'd still be at the door to the outside.
Yeah. So, I was like, I go right up to the thing, and it was like dusk. So, I mean, you know, lights were starting to come on. I mean, it looked kind of nice. So I think I probably popped a few pics. So I turned over to see Jay, and I was like, hey, you want to come and take a look? And he looks at me. He's like miles behind me, and he goes, nope.
Sounds like me.
And I said, why? And he goes, fine from here. I can see it. So, well, yeah, but if you get right up close, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's what all you,
What?
no, I can't think.
And, people who are living their life? Jesus. No, I mean, he,
All you ones that aren't afraid of heights.
yeah. He was very like, no. And I said,
I was like that with Tyrone and John.
yeah,
We went to WrestleMania 18.
yeah.
We stopped at Niagara Falls.
Oh, nice.
And I couldn't go all the way to the railing to look.
Oh, yeah.
They were up there, and I'm like
Were you
40 yards away.
Were you on the Canada side or the American side?
I think we were on the U.S. side.
Oh, okay.
I think this was before we crossed the border.
Gotcha.
Because the WrestleMania was in Toronto.
Ah, very nice.
Fun trip.
Nice. I've been. I don't want to go to like Toronto or some other random Canadian town. So, yeah. So I'm at the thing, and he doesn't want to come near me. So then I put my head on the glass, and I'm like leaning. And I said, "Oh, you should try it like this." And he goes, "What are you doing?"
Let me guess. You Ferris Bueller'd it.
I did, yeah. I did. That asshole, I did that to him. We were in the Prudential building. And up at the top of the Prudential, they have like a skywalk.
Skywalker.
And you can walk around and get the whole 360 view of the city. And it's quite pretty at night. And I've always wanted to go there in the winter, just to see like the snow and stuff. But it's too cold. I don't. It's too cold to leave my house. So I did that. I had done that to him too. I was like leaning on the glass, and he goes, "Get back here!
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
I'd be afraid of it. Well, depending on how it's
Yeah.
being held,
No.
I'd be afraid of it breaking or popping out or something.
I mean, my answer to that was, well, you know, this building's been here for a while. When's the last time you heard of somebody dying here? Because I have never heard of anybody dying here.
Yet.
I know. He's like, well, somebody's got to be the first one. The first one will be the last one. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next time. If you want to catch the entire show, you can hear it on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, whatever Google Play is now,
Still playing.
Anchor, Spotify,
Dr. Anchor, listen. And give your doctors a spot.
and on Audible.
And listen for us. Please.
Oh my goodness. We will see you next time. Sean's got something to tell you, something, Sean.
Have a good everything. And it's okay to be afraid of heights.
Oh, it is. I'm not trying to say. I am trying to shut this off. And it's not working.
Nope.
Bro, I'm trying.
Nope.